If you are looking to farm a 20 bomb, get a 4K badge, grind ranked, or pub stomp, today we are going to go over the best weapon combos for any gold that you might have or any mode you are looking to play. Starting right off, we do have the R400 combo of the R301 and the R99. This I do refer to as my bot loadout, and it does put Apex into easy mode. There's not a lot of thought needed with this weapon combo, which is what I do want from this combo. Both weapons have really easy to control recoil, which does mean that you don't really need to worry about the weapons that you are using as much. Of course, they both are also running light ammo, which means less decisions needed when you are picking up ammo. All you need is that one type of ammo. The R301, in my opinion, is Apex's easiest assault rifle to use that really any new player should be using, as it is still viable in today's meta, although it might not be as good as it once was. The R99 is literally the fastest killing SMG, so you can't go wrong here. This does make it a great secondary or even a primary in some use cases. The main goal of this combo is to really just focus on gameplay improvement. You don't need to worry about your recoils as much, and you can focus on game sense, making smart decisions, and making that play. After this, we do have what I think is going to be the future of Apex Legends, and it is my preferred team fighting combo. It's going to be the flatline assault rifle with the EVA 8 or the Peacekeeper. This is going to be one of the best team fighting loadouts that you can use due to the overall damage potential that both guns do have, specifically the EVA and the flatline in this instance. The flatline has a high damage per mag at a base 20, and also that level 3 mag of 30 does mean that you can do a lot of damage per magazine, which also means you are getting more damage output without having to reload. The slower firing flatline also means slower ammo usage, which is absolutely huge. This is going to extend your reserves further, and you're not going to chew up all that ammo, which could be a big deal if you are playing ranked. I will say that this combo is going to be a little bit harder to use than the R301 and R99 combo, but I do think there's more upside because of the better time to kill of the flatline and the total damage potential per mag. Because the flatline has a higher damage output, this means that it is going to be better for team fighting since you have a higher ceiling to take out more enemies without having to reload. And the EVA 8, in my opinion, is still a little bit slept on, as its damage per mag is massive and it can dish out that damage quite fast, at least compared to the Peacekeeper. It's not going to be quite as good in terms of DPS as like an R99, but the big thing with the EVA 8 or the Peacekeeper is that you don't need to carry a ton of ammo like you would with the R9. It is a prediction, but in my opinion, the flatline might be the future of Apex, because really if the Nemesis gets any sort of nerf, I do see the flatline being one of the best, maybe the best assault rifle that you can use. Next up, we have a loadout that is specific for a ranked player, and specifically the ranked anchor, and this is the charge rifle and prowler. This loadout, oddly enough, has a lot of versatility between long, mid, and close range. The charge rifle is still just brainlessly easy to farm damage. You don't need a full hit to slow enemies down and force them to shield up, which is huge to apply pressure. This loadout for me specifically works for teams or a player looking to anchor a specific spot, meaning the charge rifle user is more or less going to stay on a roof of a building, maybe high ground on a mountain, this type of thing, and it gives the team a safe spot to retreat to. The big thing here is getting everyone to blue, purple, or even red evo shields, so be sure to be swapping armors with the charge rifle user so you all can get a better armor. You might want to also run Loba with this combo so you can continue to pull more sniper ammo, as the charge rifle absolutely does eat through ammo pretty fast. As for the prowler, this SMG does not get a lot of talk, but the prowler is something specifically that you should run with this loadout or this combo because of that level 3 mag size. The 35 round mag prowler means that if an enemy does push you, it's going to help ease the pain of not having an assault rifle primary or another primary weapon where you do have that big mag, so you can be sure that you are going to be able to get enemies down with one mag and you're not going to have to swap weapons as often as you would. This is not going to be that typical run and gun loadout, but it's definitely a combo that anyone should consider using, or at least a team should have one player using if you are looking to play ranked Apex. Moving on, we have another similar loadout, and it is going to be another ranked loadout or someone that is looking for a little bit more versatility or a little bit more of a poker type weapon. This is going to be the triple take and the Volt or the Havoc. The triple take is literally insane right now. It is so easy to get hits on enemies at all ranges. I'm surprised that it wasn't rotated back to the sniper class of weapon, considering that you only use 1 round per shot now. This combo is definitely similar to the charge rifle and prowler, but this combo is going to let you run and gun a little bit more, and overall it's just going to let you play in a more normal way where you don't per se need a Loba to get more ammo or to camp or anchor buildings. The triple take lets you chunk enemies easily. 1 hit to the body or 1 pellet to the body means an enemy has a shield cell, letting you trip them up. For me though, this loadout is so great in close ranges, as well as the triple take is ridiculous when you do connect a headshot, and it can be used much like an EVA 8 to hip fire, similar to like a shotgun. The Volt is definitely outshined by others right now, but the Volt is still a very easy to use and a great gun to use. It's low recoil, lets me use it almost like an assault rifle to help me cover the further side of close ranges and not compromising too much on the close range fights. If you are a skilled player, I will say that you could swap the Volt for a Havoc, but I find the Havoc to be harder to use and it doesn't have the same ease of use or consistency that the Volt has. Use this loadout if you are looking to be a little bit more flexible or if you want to play ranked in a bit more of a passive aggressive way. If you are looking to purely get better at Apex Legends, or if you want a little nostalgia and you just want to train and be a real precise shooter, we have the Wingman with the R99 or the Peacekeeper. This loadout has worked since the beginning of Apex's days and it still works today. This loadout is no joke. Even though it's an older one, it's definitely still a meta loadout in my opinion. I spoke on the R99, but the R99 is a secondary in this instance where I will use it to finish off enemies after they are softened up by the Wingman. The Wingman is still just too good to not recommend. It is so flexible as a weapon where an accurate shooter can tap fire at range, mid-range obliterate enemies, and close range hip fire like a shotgun. The specific use case for this weapon combo is to train your skills. Both of these guns force precision from the player, as missing in close range is pretty penalizing. It also gives you a little bit of both between tap firing and spraying. If you want to go the extra mile, you can swap the R99 for a Peacekeeper, and you can really train yourself to slow things down, dig deep, and get your shot on point, as if you are missing, you're just gonna die in close range. Use this to get better at Apex, and if you want a drip of nostalgia for the old days. We still have some of the best meta combos that you can use, but I think an alternate pub loadout I should mention is gonna be the Volt with the Eva. This is really great if you are looking to run and gun, or if you just want to play Apex in a different way. This combo is easy to use, and in the days where the R31, Flatline, Nemesis, R99, and Car are just everywhere, grabbing a Volt and letting you get easy shots without having to worry about recoil, I think is a little underrated, especially if you are struggling with the recoil control. This loadout really, for me, and really any experienced player, is someone who just wants to get better at running and gunning in pubs, or just wants an alternate loadout to make Apex a little bit different from what it normally is. You don't always have to run the same loadout game after game after game. Switch it up once in a while. It actually will make you a better player too. We now have the Rampage and the R99 or the Car SMG. This loadout, oddly enough, is what I used to farm the most this season, purely to get those 4K damage games, or if I want to be more aggressive in pubs and or more aggressive in ranked. We spoke about the R99 a few times, but I will say I sometimes run the Car SMG with the Rampage as my secondary because it lets me be more flexible in ammo types. Either I can run double heavy or light and heavy. It really depends on what my team is using for ammo. And of course, the Car has that added benefit where you can get a light or heavy mag, and it will be kitted out a little bit faster than if you are just running an R9. Either way, ammo consumption is very healthy on this combo, as the Rampage doesn't use a ton of ammo, and it's going to let you do more damage without needing to loot as much or reload as often. It's definitely not competitive in terms of the time to kill, which is okay because we are running an SMG backup. I actually don't love doing it, but you can run a couple thermites as well, and if you want to be able to breach into buildings or be more competitive in the close range, the Rampage charged up absolutely does become more viable. I think the biggest problem with the Rampage is that it really shines in a very narrow window of the further side of close range to the earlier side of mid-range. I highly suggest you try this loadout if you are mainly running ranked Apex, or if you are trying to get higher placement where maybe you're not taking as many fights, or if you are pubbing and you want to get higher damage games. This combo is really good for pretty much everything. We now have what I deem to be the best loadout in the game that you can use, but do me a huge favor and hit that like button. I appreciate the support. This is going to be the Nemesis in the R99. This combo is where the ball starts and ends for anyone looking to have the most optimal loadout when it comes to purely having the best time to kill in close, mid, and almost even longer ranges. We already discussed the R9, but again, it assures you that you have the best time to kill possible in close range. The Nemesis is so good. I am surprised it did not get a nerf this season, but it reigns supreme in the close to mid range because it is the dominant weapon with the fastest time to kill. The biggest downfall of this combo, I actually think, is the total ammo consumption and the bag space you will need. If you do not have a purple bag, sometimes I will run a shotgun secondary instead of the R99 to better alleviate my inventory issues. Either way, this combo is the best for ranked and pubs, but if you want to know how to use these guns with a little bit more effectiveness, check out this video right here, hit that like button, sub for more, and I will see you in the next one.